What is up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody that's tuning into this video, guys? Thank you for staying along with me as we break down the book of Proverbs, right? We're trying to get the pithy sayings, we're trying to get the dark sayings, we're trying to get some understanding and wisdom so we can be successful in our life and as well as help other people on this earth. And as today, guys, we're on Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8. And what is it telling us today? Says, "My son, hear the instructions of thy father and forsake not the laws of thy mother." Oh boy, as a kid, if this was told to me when I was younger, this is sound wisdom right here. We know ultimately the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? And that is to have a reverence, a respect of Him, right? You're going to obey and get to know your Creator. What better way of living life than that, right? So once I got to know my Creator, I obey His laws. It's going to be beneficial for my life. It's going to protect me. It's going to keep me out of unnecessary danger, harm, and all the other stuff that goes on in this world. And what is the second thing that we need to do? We need to obey our parents. I know right now, one big thing that always gets me, I have to say this out. That's the fact when you get older adults, older generation, they're like, man, today's generation, these kids and stuff like that. I'm only 29, so I guess you could say I'm a couple years ago, yes, I was part of the younger generations, but I didn't act a fool because let me say this one thing and let me make this clear, right? A lot of people, for all the adults, you guys watching this video, is the ones that want to say this generation, this new generation, how they act and everything else. Well, guess where that starts at? In the foundation of the house. See, you're going to get raised by somebody, whether that's your parents, influence, friends, peers, all that stuff. Somebody's going to raise you. The reflection of how they act is by who was raising them. So all the people that love to say, well, these generations, they don't act right, they're not listening, stuff like that, it's because they're getting this information from someone else, right? You must obey the laws and the rules of your parents, right? Forsake not the laws of your father and your mother. It's going to be beneficial to your life. If you want to be successful in life, you got to obey what your parents had to say to you, right? And a lot of people right now, they're like, you know what? I don't want to listen to my parents. You might not have perfect parents. Nobody does. That's just being real, okay? But at the same time, they were on this earth longer than you. They know what they know a lot more than you. And for you not to listen to the instruction and rules, and it's kind of funny thing, and I get it. That's what the enemy loves to use, right? We'll listen to our jobs. We'll listen to, your friends and everybody else, right? Because I get it. It's really hard to look at your parents and be like, you know what? They're not that cool. Okay, maybe, whatever it is, right? But at the same time, they have rules and instruction, right? It's going to be a benefit to you because just like everything else in life, right? God has created you. He didn't ask for your permission. He didn't ask your parents for permission. He gave you your parents for a reason. He never consulted you. He never consulted your parents and be like, hey, you know what? Devontae, that's my name. He's like, hey, Devontae, do you know what? Do you want to pick your parents? Because if we did have that option, do you know how many people would be like, you know what? Let me pick the best parents, the good looking ones, the ones that are rich and everything else. And your life can be a living hell. God knew what he was doing in the beginning. He knew that this, for whatever his purpose and his will is for your life, he knew the plans and the purpose, what is beneficial for you. And I know that's not an easy thing to kind of really grab and hold on to that. But once again, I am going to have faith, okay? I am going to trust that God knows everything. He does know everything. And he knows what my parents, and I'll be honest with you, were in my relationship, I was really close with my mom. My dad, we had a good, fair relationship, not as close as how I had it with my mom, but my dad gave me instruction, the wisdom in life, right? I didn't learn budgeting from my dad, and that's just being real. I didn't learn money management from my parents, honestly, but over time, they gave me strong work ethics, okay? I'm gonna be honest. One thing my mom, she used to tell me all the time, and I never questioned them on it. I never test that theory, right? Because how like even in scripture, God says not to test them, not to tempt them like that. Some people's like, I trust God, he's going to keep me safe, and they might run into the middle of the street. Don't do that, obviously. But at the same time, my mom, I remember she used to say this all the time. It's like, if you get yourself locked up, you can stay there. And that's something that stuck with me because, like, you know what? I can act up, I can do all this crazy stuff, but if I get myself thrown in jail, my parents, I believe in 100%. She probably would have left me because I heard some stories before and everything else. But I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I never tested that. I never tempted my mom to be like, you know what? I'm going to test the limit, see if this is really true. No, because I listened to the laws and instructions that they have for me. Same thing, too, for, going to school, getting good grades and everything else. Yes, you may have acted fool, but you know the benefit that listening to your parents, the laws and the rules and the principles that they had. They've been on this earth a lot longer than me. They knew a lot more stuff than me, especially they were around a lot longer. So why not listen to your parents? Why not listen to the one that your creator have given you for a reason to follow the instructions? They may not be perfect. They may not be the best parents, but they do have some wisdom and knowledge to give to you. And guys, I don't want to keep on rambling for too long. And that's pretty much all I have right there, but it's to follow the rules and instruction that your parents have for you. It's going to be beneficial to you. It's actually going to make you more prosperous because you can learn from the mistakes. You can learn from what they're going to teach you in your life. But only thing, the way to get instructions, you must humble yourself and submit to under the instructions. And guys, that's pretty much the end of this right here. I hope you guys stay tuned next time so we can uncover more hidden wisdom in the book of Proverbs, guys. And all you guys stay blessed. And I'll see you guys next time.